Howdy folks, Paulie here. In this video, I'm going to work my way through a piano-centric, emotional, ambient piece for television. Now the request is for something that tugs at the heartstrings. Kind of sad, again, piano-centric. You can have some strings or pads in there as well. There are 3 reference files provided, and so they were kind of sparse at first. So in general, these types of things, like with all good cues for TV music, is you want to start and have like a form to this thing. So in this particular genre or style, we're going to start with some basic chords. I'm going to outline the harmonic structure of the cue. And then I'll repeat that, maybe adding a melodic item. Since it's a slow tempo, 60 BPM, I might get through 2 full phrases. It's got to be between 90 and 120 seconds long, give or take. And then I'll go back and add some things like maybe some strings or some pads, real light stuff in the back, ambient, because we're kind of staying out of the way, setting a very reflective / somber mood. So we're going to dive in. This is going to feature the Native Instruments Noir piano library, a fantastic library created by Niels Fromm, a fantastic European piano player that does a lot of really neat stuff. He's into the sounds of the piano, the sounds of the performer, etc. Everything around the piano gets recorded. There's some really cool things, and Noir is just a fantastic library. It's my go-to piano for stuff like this. So let's dive in and see where it takes us. I've not done any work in advance. This is just, we're going D minor at 60 BPM, and we'll see what comes. Alrighty, some things in there I liked, some things I didn't. I'm not sure about the ending. I was thinking hope at the end, but I just might make that a minor chord instead of going with the Picardy third major happy ending. Yeah, we're gonna change that, and that's the joy of music editing, is I can go in and change some things. So let's get, for starters, let's get rid of the F sharp. Where are we at here? So we got here at the end now. You hear all that kind of echo, the delay, the notes repeating. That's all built into the Noir piano library. Fantastic library, love it. You can mix the levels of that stuff as well. Maybe I'll do a Noir walk through it another time. But okay, so we've got some music here. I can get rid of the keyboard window for now. And let's go back to the beginning and see what we got. Let's start with the notes. Let's quantize those to the downbeat. So I'm going D minor, B flat major 7, D minor, G minor 7, D minor, B flat major 7, E half diminished, the 2 of the minor key, and there's the 5 chord, the A dominant. Added some more notes at the top now, some movement to give the ears some fresh candy per se. You could call that the melody. I want to extend the phrase here, let it pause, ring out, then come back in. Wrong note there. My fingers are not quite lined up. Let's get that fixed real quick here. I have to play the G, I wanted an F, so one more time. And I want to have those parallel. Okay, good. Okay, I fixed that. So you can see I've got a lot of variety in my attack velocities, and the bottom, the bottom note is the root, or usually the base of the chord, and some of those are kind of soft. So I'm going to clean it up a bit. Now there's a feature in Logic that lets you set minimum volume thresholds. What do we got here? These numbers, these notes. That's 19. I'm looking down here to the left. 20, 19, 20, 15. So I think I'm going to select the lower half, and I'm going to go to Functions, MIDI Transform, Velocity Limiter. And from that I can choose the max. I can also choose a min. I'm going to say give me a minimum of, let's do this, put it around 30 just to give it a little more velocity. I'm going to choose Operate Only because the notes are already selected. Operate. Now you see the colors down here change from the purples, which are really soft, to kind of a teal or a bluish. So this looks a little hard to me right here, so I'll take that down a hair. So the joy of recording in a DAW is that you can go and fix all the human things. I mean, as you saw, I just went through this one time, and now from the rest I can kind of clean it up, add some velocity here. So let's go back to the beginning again. A little fuller there. Okay, that sounds decent. Let's go back to this third phrase here. I want that top note to be a little louder. Make this one a little louder too. Let's take a look at this starting phrase. How sloppy is it? Yeah, you can see when you zoom in on this stuff, you can see, of course, my piano technique is not the greatest. Piano is not my primary instrument. Saxophone is. So I'm going to move that over a hair. Yeah, some rushing, some downbeats here. So. That's all ahead of the beat. Sliding over here. This is too, but I'm not quantizing it, I'm just moving it just a hair. pause there, so we'll slide this hair over. And again, my goal here is just to show you real time my thought process and how I do this stuff. Ending that's just kind of sloppy here. Let's clean that up. How's that sound? Softer as well. That works for me. Excuse me. A little dry throat tonight. Alright, so I think I've got the basics. How long are we at? We are, with ring out, we're at about a 155, just right under the 2-minute threshold. That's perfect. We've got, I think, 3 phrases. We've got the statement of the harmony in the beginning, the D minor, B flat major 7, D minor, G minor 7. It's roughly an 8-bar phrase. So sometimes just for visual purposes, I will cut my track. I could put markers, but I just generally will do this. And now I've got a clear visual where things are at. And I have that long sustained hold here, and then there's a 3rd phrase. So I got 3 times through this theme or progression, we can call it. So there we go. That's the piano. Save. And now what I want to do is add some sort of pad or something ethereal in the background. I'm going to fire up some Omnisphere. It's just a fantastic library. Give that a second to load up. Alrighty, we're going to go in the Spectrasonics library. I'm going to stick with the Omnisphere library, and I want some pads of some kind. There's a whole bunch of great stuff in here. Let's take a look at what we got here. I forget what this one sounds like. That might be good for near the end. So we're going to keep that distant memory. So we're going to name my track. Pad. Maybe I need another string type thing as well. So let's add another Omnisphere just by clicking the solid plus sign here. And there's another one. Let's find a string. So all Spectrasonics. Omnisphere library. Pads and strings. Let's search for strings. And see what we get here. Same kind of stuff. I don't want much motion because I have that in the distant memories pad that I just added. Let's see what these warm Adagio strings sound like. Let it load. I think that will work. Adagio, transparent strings, warm. So we'll do this here, strings, Adagio, transparent strings, warm, boom, save. Alrighty, so let's see here. I'm going to do the strings second. And what am I going to do? I'm going to maybe add a sustained root or something on the second phrase. So let's just come in here. Bring the volume down so it's nice and quiet. Let's see what happens here. Okay, we'll keep that just to keep the video short. Had a clam in there. I got to go back and find that. Save the work again. Where was that? That was in the third phrase, I believe. Don't need that. Fix that note there. And listening to that descending bass note, I think it's just this, with the patch being as long as it is, I don't want to have the overlap of the whole steps next to each other. So let's get rid of that little C there. So let's try this. Oh no, the strings lasted too long at the end, so I'm going to cut them in half. That sounds better. I'm going to change the length of these strings in the next to last measure there. Now let's hear it again. That works. That works, I think. Okay, so what do we have? So let's talk about this. Let's talk about form again, because so many aspiring composers get too busy, they get too complicated, they don't keep it simple. I've got a video in my library that I created calling Keep It Simple, Stupid, because that's what you got to do. Your music is not the star of the scene. The dialogue, the actors and actresses and everyone else is the star of the scene, not your music. So you got to stay out of the way. So the less you can do, the better. I'm probably going to just add some pad to this and we're done. 3 instruments in this basic thing. I'll do a little mixing and then we're done. So that's that. Let's take a look. I got that Distant Memories pad. That's nice. God, Omnisphere, I love you. So let's see what we got here. I want to find I might put that in the beginning. So start from the beginning. We'll just kind of put some notes in and see what I like and don't like. So we're just stating the theme, I'm sorry, the harmonic structure. Maybe just add something here. Stop there for a second. I like what I did in the first part when it came in, but I think that note on the starts the second phrase, this was too much too soon, so I can pull it out. Let's come back here and listen to that again. It's very subtle. Every 4 bars I'm trying to add some variety without getting too complex. feel like I need some bass, some bottom to this thing. Let's see, what does this patch sound like on the bottom? That might work. Let's add some of that bass there. I actually think that works as well. So let's go back and listen without the click. That G was a little late, early, sorry. We're going to quantize these bass notes to the quarter. Boom. I'm going to make them on the same velocity initially, and then we'll start that again and listen. I think that works. I may shorten the last notes here to get a different sustain ending. Sure. Okay, get rid of the keyboard view. So what do we got here? We got 3 instruments: piano, strings, pad. Again, sparse, ambient, emotional piano. I think that works. Now let's take a look at some EQ here. Not much to see since it's just 3 tracks, but I'm going to, let's go to the last section so you can see all 3. I'm going to cut out some low end because there's a lot going on in these patches, and there might be some mud that's going to create some problems. So I've already got the piano high passed. Let's add EQ to the atmosphere pad. Yeah, look at all that mess down there below 100. I'm going to set that below 80, and then let's take a look at the other pad. Yeah, there's more there as well. Good. You can see on my main stereo out, I've got a compressor. I'm fond of the compressors by type. Where the heck is it? It's a tape, analog tape, platinum analog tape. That's my default. And then I've got a limiter just to make sure that I'm not exceeding stuff, although I don't think I have a problem with this kind of patch. Let's take a look at the LAC section and see what the output's looking like over here on the left. Yeah, we're at -6 or so. That's good, lots of room there. And then the EQ, I've got, killing that low end. I probably don't have to because I did that on all 3 tracks. But good. Do I need more reverb? No, it's built in. It's got its own thing. Yeah, I don't think I need anything special going on in there. And I think we are basically done with this thing. So, I'm not sure how long that took. I've been running this thing since I started. I may have edited out a couple of coughs because I've had a little bit of coughing going on here. So that's the only thing I've edited out. This has been nonstop from the idea to the end product. Again, I get emails occasionally, and that was so simple, that was so basic. No, yeah, that's the whole point. You're trying to stay out of the way. I'm sure there's things that could be changed or improved, but not bad for just the first swing through each track. Notice I didn't obsess. I fixed the mistakes that I saw, made a couple of tweaks to clean things up, like the piano velocity, some note durations, etc. I tried some things, didn't like some notes, I took them out. But I'm guessing, what was that, 30 minutes or so? Honestly, I have no idea. One of the questions I get asked is, Paul, how do you create music so quickly? The real answer is I don't OCD myself over every note. These aren't babies. These are just musical cues. If it doesn't work out, start over, edit it, go back. People take a long time to write a track, and I understand everyone has different levels of knowledge with their tools and of the piano or their instrument, their choice. Everyone works at their own pace. But if you're trying to write music for television or advertisements, etc., and you want to make money at it, you've got to be able to not only write decent music, but you've got to be able to get it done quickly, meet deadlines, etc. I had a brief the other day. I'm too busy. I couldn't get to it. It was a 48-hour turnaround for some music. I try to get to that, but I recognize I couldn't. So sometimes you don't have the luxury of time when your library asks you for stuff. So you've got to be able to work quickly. And part of that is knowing when to let go, when to stop, when to consider it done. So that being said, I hope that this was a useful peek into my creative process. And let me just play it one more time from beginning to end so you can hear the whole thing. Okay, I noticed two things. So part of being able to get music on TV is fixing the things that might cause your music not to be used. So there are two things I caught on that listen through. I think there should be a pause between the first and second phrases, and then on the second phrase, the strings cut out before the piano did. So let me fix the pause first. So that was right around here. So let's just cut the pad. You'll see why in a second. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to drag this stuff over just a hair, give myself another, maybe a beat or so. Let's try that. So let's go back and listen. That feels better. Okay. And then let me fix the strings here, how they ended. Too short. You listen here. See though, the string is just going to die before the piano did. So let's take these guys here, stretch them out of here. Try it again. See, now it's too long, so we're going to add it a little shorten it a bit, and I'm going to add some volume automation here. So let's go here, hit the A key, click on it because the volume is the default, and so I'm going to add some edit points. Let's do this. Yeah, I think that works. So see, again, I don't have a bunch of automation or stuff. If I wanted to, I could do some big dramatic swells in the strings and things of that sort. I think for a track that this simple, you don't need it. I might come back and thicken up the strings. I don't know. But again, got to know when it's done. I'm gonna say that's done. Cool. Not going to play it again, but as you see, when you think you're done, sometimes you hear something on final play and realize, oh, I missed that, got to listen to it, got to fix it. Almost every time I do a project, though, I will, if I have the time, I'll come back the next day and give it a fresh set of ears, both acoustically, because your ears can acclimate after a while, and to volume and things of that sort. So to hear how the mix is, but also to hear the musical ideas. And sometimes I come back the next day, I'm like, what the heck was I thinking? How did I miss that, etc. Sometimes I'm just like, yeah, that sounds good, book them. So that's it. So thanks for watching. Until next time, I appreciate it, and good luck and good composing out there.